Good evening, everyone. I'm a little late on this video. I was trying to get this one done before dinner, but it just didn't work out. So sorry, I'm late, but here we are. And as I ate dinner, this was tweeted out. And well, not as I ate dinner, but after I ate dinner, I saw this. And I thought, I have to put this in the video. It's fantastic. So this is Doug Ford flying economy class. And I love that he's dressed in a suit. It's perfect. It's fantastic. And good job, Doug Ford, for respecting the taxpayers' money that much. It's appreciated from a taxpayer. To you, thank you, sir. Now, on to what this video was originally about. There was a post on Meta-Canada, and it went viral, and it gained a lot of news attention, and I hadn't touched on it yet, but I'm touching on it now, and so this is picked up by CFJC Today, Everything Kamloops, and it says, Kamloops parent speaks out after son's propaganda assignment, and the assignment is in bold here on the screen, and well, I'll read it out. So, and I've actually got a link to the actual assignment. So we're going to go through the actual assignment. It's from the York Region District School Board website. And there's a link in the description, just like everything I talk about. So that's kind of cool. So it says political spectrum, and it's got left, center, and right. And you're supposed to identify, so you get a phrase, and there's 6 questions I'm going to read out. And then you have to identify if that's a left-leaning person, a center person, or a right person. And, you know, you'd think that this is, well, this is just straight up propaganda is what this is, but we'll get to that in a minute. So question 1, a person who believes that a convicted murderer should be hanged. That's right? Like that's right-leaning. Number 2, a person who believes that the school strap should be abolished. That's a left-leaning person, according to this. Answers in pink given by the teacher. Number 3, a person who is racist. That's right-leaning. Okay, yeah, this was given to somebody in grade 10. Number 4, a person who believes in a higher minimum wage. That's a left-leaning person. Okay, sure. Number 5, a person who believes that the police should be able to wiretap telephones. That's right. Number 6, a person who believes that Canada should restrict immigration. That's right. Okay, so if this is what your teachers are teaching the kids in grade 10, is that not concerning? So this must be like, when I saw this, I thought this was either fake or a little bit like this was not being widely used. Okay, so we'll get into the reporting. Kamloops, Matt Defoe was shocked when his son, a grade 10 student at Valley View Secondary, brought home this social studies assignment on political ideologies. He says the assignment went too far, asking the students to decide if someone is right or left wing based on particular beliefs. Essentially, a piece of propaganda, noted Defoe, who was texted by his son during the class about the assignment. It wasn't a very well thought out assignment if it's supposed to be an assignment. And then there's some more information and a link to the Facebook post, and I'll read it out, but it jumps to the assistant superintendent. So Assistant Superintendent of School District 73, Bill Hamblett, who oversees the secondary level, added that racist views are held regardless of political stripe. In an attempt to oversimplify a topic, sometimes the nuance is lost. Hamblett said the social studies assignment tried to evoke a meaningful discussion, but it admits this one took it too far. Quote, in the social studies 10 curriculum, it contains some big ideas, and one of those big ideas is how political ideologies and economic and geographic factors influence Canadian society, says Hamblett, a former social studies and history teacher. So they're very large ideas, and sometimes in a classroom you have to go back and reteach a topic. So certainly this is one where that's going to be done. Defoe's been in touch with the school and met with Valley View Secondary Principal Barb Hamlett. Grade administrators, they seem to share why I was concerned about the assignment. So we're working on a plan so we can make sure that everyone moves forward beyond this point. The Defoe family hopes this can be a learning experience for everyone. They say this isn't the first assignment that has come as a concern with 4 boys in the school system. Quote, I'd really like it if we could have education as education and the development of critical thinkers instead of indoctrination, said Defoe. And he says it much more clearly than I just did in an interview that we'll listen to in a minute. But before we get there, not now, here's the original Facebook post. And so this is Defoe on October 1st, and says, quote, I cannot let this slide. It must be exposed, discussed, and then explicitly rectified. The attached pictures from a political spectrum worksheet given to a grade 10 student at Valley View Secondary here in Kamloops. My son has told me that the teacher directed class discussion on these matters is even worse than the worksheet. As you can see in my picture, my son whited out his own answers and wrote the teacher's provided answers in their place. This is 1984-esque propaganda at its very worst. It is essentially molding the next generation of voters to believe that conservatives or people on the right are misogynistic racists who hate immigrants and who want to enact a brutal police state. On this simple page, there is more bigotry, divisive evil, lies, and malice than I could even imagine as a conspiracy theory or piece of political satire if I didn't see it with my own eyes. This is what is being taught to our children. This is what's being passed as the truth and education in our schools. This is a travesty and it needs to be exposed. And he says, I guess my Facebook hiatus lasted less than 24 hours, and there's a picture of the sheet. And I never found a really good, clear picture. It's kind of blurry and stuff, but you'll have the link if you want to have a look at it. So here's the York Region District School Board, and if you check the link, you can see, right, York Region District School Board, and if you follow it further, here's that sheet. So we're going to go through it. Here it is. Left and right. A person who believes that convicted murderers should be hanged. That's number 1. So we're going to go through this all together so we all know what is being taught in grade 10 political science. Because it's no wonder that people are coming out of schools believing that conservative people are evil, if this is what they're teaching them. Jeepers. Jeepers creepers. Okay, examining the political spectrum. Left wing, center, right wing. The purpose of the political spectrum is to show the difference in beliefs and ideologies: communism, racism, feminism, capitalism, liberalism, sexism, etc. I think those are not the same. The main issue that position a person's attitudes on the spectrum include speed of change in society, freedom of individual versus security of group, sharing of wealth through social benefits. Political spectrum chart. I thought this was great because it's so fantastic that it couldn't possibly be this real or simple. Okay, left wing, more liberal. Center is null on this one, and right wing is more conservative. So left wing supports change in order to improve the welfare of all citizens. Center, tradition is important, but change is supported if most people want it. And right wing, tradition is important and change should be treated with caution. Left wing, government should play a larger role in people's lives. Social services and benefits are in brackets, just in case you're not sure what government role in your life means. It means social services and benefits. The center, government should play a role only in that it improves the life of citizens. Oh, so there are people out there who choose to have the government involved, but only governments who destroy the lives of citizens. Is that what you're saying? No? Oh, okay, hold on. Right wing, government should play a small role. Private business should ensure the needs of citizens are met. Wait a second, doesn't that just make the citizens self-sufficient and not reliant on government? Is that my indoctrination, or is that an actual understanding of how government and business work together? Okay. Left wing, law and order are important to protect the rights of all citizens fairly and equally. Somebody should tell Justin Trudeau that, if that's what the left wing believes. Center, law and order are important to encourage and protect right of individuals. Right wing, emphasis of law and order to protect society and its traditions. Okay, I guess so. Left wing, more freedom to individuals and less power to police. Center has nothing. And right wing has less freedom to individuals and more power to police. So yeah, you teach that to grade 10s, and what do you think is going to happen, really? So it says the political spectrum activity. Read each of the statements below. Plot the number of each statement on the political spectrum line where it is best situated. Refer to the political spectrum chart to help you. Left, center, right, and I'm assuming this is supposed to be more like the image here, right? Left, center, right. So the formatting's off, but it's the same picture. And I'll read all 10 because why not? It says communist, socialist, liberalist, conservative, fascist. So you'll note sexist isn't on there, but it's up here, right? Sexism and racism, we're conveniently left out of being on this spectrum down here, but mentioned up ahead. So that's weird. Okay, so number 1, a person who believes the convicted murderers should be hanged, and that's right wing supposedly. Number 2, a person who believes that the school strap should be abolished. Number 3, a person who is racist. Number 4, a person who believes in higher minimum wage. Number 5, a person who believes that the police should be able to wiretap telephones. Number 6, a person who believes that Canada should restrict immigration. Number 7, a person who believes that the Canadian military should acquire more sophisticated weaponry. That's right wing too. Number 8, a person who believes that Canada should send aid to third world countries. That's left. Number 9, a person who believes that women should stay home and be mothers. That's left. That's right. Number 10, a person who believes that the First Nations should have self-government. That's left. And 11, a person who believes that all major industries should be owned by the state. I don't know if that's left or right. I would imagine that's left, but that sounds very, very draconian and authoritarian to me. That's not somewhere I want to go. Okay, so I'll leave this story with the father of the son and the original poster, Mark Defoe. And I think I've messed his name up too, but sorry, Mr. Defoe, if I have messed up your name indeed. I'll leave him with the final say here. I think he nails it. And sorry about the sound. The CPAC videos were really, really quiet, and I couldn't find a better source for the CPAC videos. So I apologize that they were so quiet. I'm trying to get the sound up and even, so I apologize again that I'm louder than the videos. I'm trying to fix that. So sorry, and thanks for listening.
Teach our kids how to be critical thinkers in this world of crazy half-truths and misinformation. We need to arm them with the skills to look at a piece of information and go, based on what I know and my intelligence, what does this mean to me? Yeah. Instead of being told, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. You don't want to be bad, you want to be good, which is what I saw there.
I'd like to know what kind of conversations the students are having in the parking lot and stuff. You know, as kids standing around, what is your son telling you? This has generated a lot of conversation for students.
Absolutely.
And you should listen to the whole thing, but I wanted to leave it basically he wants people to learn how to be critical thinkers and think, how real is this? You know, so when 30 years later somebody shows up with no evidence and no corroboration and no nothing, you can say, yeah, that looks like it's just fake. Looks kind of fake. Looks fake to me. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. And check out CanadaPoly.com. You can download this as a podcast. Link will be in the description. I keep forgetting to mention it, and well, I've mentioned it now. So you can also find me on the iTunes podcast library and in the Google Podcast Store, or whatever they're called. And yeah, really, thanks for listening. Appreciate it.